Hello guys, and welcome to Helmar Live Ustream. My name is Cheryl Baglioli and I'm the Helmar Education Director, and tonight we are going to put together a fun Halloween decor project using some Helmar adhesives along with supplies. I shared a couple, so maybe if anybody has things in their stash you can play along tonight. We have a wreath. You can choose any size you want. I chose a straw 18-inch wreath because it's going to work. Gemstone glue question. Is this stuff to be tough to get out? Get out of what? Get out of your clothes? Sorry, totally getting distracted here by a question. Gemstone glue question. Is it stuff supposed to be tough to get out? It is supposed to be fabric protected. Out of the bottle? No. No, not at all. It should come right out of the bottle. If yours is not coming out of the bottle, did you take the lid off? This is gemstone glue. And open it up and make sure there's no seal on top. Waiting for your answer. Check that seal. If there's a seal, that may have to be removed. If not, then you should just twist it and it should come right out. It's very fluid white base glue. Then something's wrong with your bottle and you need to get with us afterwards and let us know, or take it back to where you got it from. It should not be that thick. No, it should come right out of the bottle. Very easy. So email me and we'll see if we can figure that out after the class. My email address is cheryl@cherylswindow.com. Thank you. So hopefully that'll answer it. Alright, so we're going to make a wreath. So you've got your 18-inch wreath is what I'm using, straw wreath, and various supplies. I think I can. Let me give you my email address and then there you go, and we'll figure it out. You got it from Helmar, so I'll see if I can figure out where to go from there. So I have some black fabric that I had laying around, and I'm going to switch over to the other camera so that you guys can see what I'm using. Give me just a second. There we go. Everybody can see my tabletop. Yay! So we have the wreath. I have some black fabric. I have some black gauze. You can buy it already dyed from craft store, or they've got a lot of Halloween stores around right now. Dollar store. You can find some of this at the dollar store. You can also buy a box of gauze, which I did here to make the orange, and I misted this. I misted it with a variety of different oranges and browns because I wanted it to be this kind of grungy, dirty brown. So it was a little bit of glimmer mist and some Adirondack wash and some dilutions in orange and sunset colors. I think that came out really cool, and I just misted it all into bottles, into a bucket with this, and then hung this out to dry so that it's all ready to go. And then we have some skulls, little bag of skulls, kind of freaky. What else have I got stashed in here? I'm going to pull out a bunch of stuff, but just to give you an idea, I have a Prima flower stem that has bats on it, so these should be fun to stick somewhere. Some candy tombstones. Maybe find somewhere to put this. I have some little skeletons. These are my can skeletons. Here's my bad joke for the night. They're little can skeletons. See, I can't tell if you are laughing or not. So that was that. I have some freaky glow in the dark eyes. Okay, somebody thought it was cute. Good. We have some spooky spiders. And I love these. You could get rings from the dollar store and you can cut off the ring with your little scissors Or I found these. These have, let me see if I can show them up here. These have little clips. You see how orange my fingers are? These have little clips so that you can clip them right into whatever you're working on. So these are great. What else have we got here? Ooh, tools. You must have spider webbing. I think so. And this is glow-in-the-dark spider webbing. Aren't they nice? I like my orange fingers. Yesterday they were blue. Today they're orange. Some burlap. Don't know if I'm going to use this or not, but I threw it in here. Here's some leaf Look at that. I love this. I think I want to find somewhere else to use it. Garland made out of leaves. And then I pulled out some Tim Holtz bottles. We're going to make some potion with these bottles. Yes, I do have a Ranger Scrubby. I just haven't had time to really clean my fingers yet. So, we'll get there. Alright, so let's start building this. Everybody ready to go? Is anybody going to make a wreath tonight? Play along? I know, you know. I'm starting to just now consider my fingers as my like my badge of honor. It shows that I'm actually doing something, and it's a great conversation starter when I'm out and about and people see my fingers of all different colors, and I can tell them that I'm an artist. Makes me look like I'm important. Look, these skulls came in this black bag. I'm sure we could find something to do with this. If not tonight, something else. I don't know. We'll save it. Alright. I'm going to start with my Helmar 450. Helmar Quick Dry 450 adhesive. Because it dries fast, it's going to dry clear. And then that way we can get this wrapped up pretty quick. Alright, some of you are going to watch. Katie's going to watch one. And somebody is working on a scrapbook album. Great. That's fine. Play along, watch. And this, oh yes, yay, I hit recording. So this is recording so that you can come back and watch it later if you want to. Now these wreaths come already wrapped in this plastic, and I'm just going to leave it on there so that my straw doesn't get all over the place and it doesn't catch anything. We're just going to leave that on. And this was some fabric that I had left over from making a dress for my daughter. So I happen to have this stash of black shiny fabric, and that's what we're going to start with. So I'm not even going to worry about the sticker. I'm just going to leave it because we're going to cover it up. And I'm going to put I'm not going to worry about this being neat because we're just wrapping. I just want to create a base to get this going. So we're going to hold that in there for just a second. This dries pretty quick, so I'm not worrying about it moving too much. And we're going to start wrapping. And you just need to glue it where you started and kind of keep it going. I may add a little bit more as we go. I cut my strips kind of wider. I think these are 4-inch strips that I cut so that I don't have to worry about it taking me a long time. If you had little strips, of course, they're going to take even longer. It's going to take you even longer to wrap your wreath. So for this one here, I just used 4-inch strips. I'm going to put that on there and put some more adhesive. And I'm just globbing it on. And it's on the back, so again, I don't care if it's neat or not. We're just wanting to cover this. And I'm putting so much, if this was only going to be what was being shown, I'd probably worried about it being a little bit neater. But because I am going to be putting other stuff over this wreath, I'm not too worried right now if it's neat or not. Matter of fact, the messier it is, the more it may make it look really kind of cool. Since this is supposed to be a haunted house wreath, it's going to be on my front door. Let's see, this goes pretty quick. See, I should have had the scary music playing in the background. That's the hardest thing I find about these used stream classes is that I feel like I have to always be talking to keep you guys entertained. So, and for me to watch what I'm doing. I do have my camera set up today though, so I can see what you guys are typing and not be missing anything, but it's still hard because I'm watching my desk here, and to turn around and watch the screen, sometimes I kind of miss that. So some more 450. Helmar 450 Quick Dry. It is one of my most favorite adhesives. It works on about everything. So do you dress your house up for Halloween? Does anybody here decorate? I love Halloween. Oh, that was a short piece. See, that one wasn't very long. We're already at the end. Yes, Katie, you always have a great party. We keep saying we're going to come up to Maine and go to your party. I'm thinking about having a party, but I don't know. Depends on if I can get people to come. Somewhat. We try to dress up. It's funny. A couple times when we have had a party, my family dresses up together so that we're all. Since your kids moved out, so we're all something. A couple years ago, we had a party and we dressed up as. Oh, what was the? See, I can't ever. I'm terrible with movie names. Do not ever ask me names in a movie. What's the skeleton movie that we did? What's this movie that we dressed up like? Yes, Nightmare Before Christmas. Thank you very much. See, I'm terrible. Never mind, somebody else answered it for me. So my daughter has this thing. Yes, Nightmare Before Christmas. So my daughter has this thing about Johnny Depp. She loves Johnny Depp. And he did this movie. Bad movie. Really. Sorry, Johnny Depp. It was a really lame cult type of movie called Crybaby. And it's a character timepiece. And so my daughter wants us to dress up like that this year. And if anybody has seen it, then you know how hysterical funny that would be. I was actually thinking about doing the whole hatchet face thing. And if you haven't seen it, well, then you need to look up Johnny Depp and hatchet face and see the face. Don't know that I would actually post that. You made a spooky light switch face plate, Susan. You'll have to, did you share it? Does it glow in the dark? Okay, we're almost done. See, this is the boring part. And I thought about trying to do the whole kitchen and have one made already, but I didn't. So you get to watch along to the whole thing, start to finish. Yay. See, I wish y'all could post pictures while I'm talking so I could see what you made. Alright, go start dinner. What you cooking? Come back, tell us what you're making. Here we go. Longer strips move a whole lot faster. Alright, one more piece and we'll be good to go and can go to the next step. Now I want this to be, I love layers, so I'm going to layer my wreath too. This is just a foundation because I just didn't want the white to be showing. So this was just my little foundation here that I got started. I'm looking for a little short piece. Probably used them all already. I'm making a mess. See, I get in a hurry and I make a mess. I'm sure none of y'all can relate to that, right? Chris. You You get easily distracted, honey. Well, I'm glad that you made it here. I always get freaked out when I log in because somebody's always talking and it kind of scares me at first. Even though I know it's coming, I'm like, what? All right. We're going to glue this down. Cut this so that it's nice and neat on the back. Good enough. Run a strip. Now, the other thing that I love about this 450 is that it doesn't show the watermarks unless I stick my finger and make it stick out the edge here. But you know how some adhesives will show the wet mark where the adhesive was behind it? This does not do so. Except for, like I said, where I smeared it, because I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. But you can see here that it's not showing up as a wet spot mark. So no watermarks showing through. Love that. All right, so there's one layer. I could call that good and call it done, but we're not going to. I'm now going to take some of the black gauze, and we're just going to do the same thing. But this I'm not going to worry about it being as tight. Loved him on The Voice. We love watching The Voice. I'm curious to see what's going to happen next season. I'm just trying to get some of the wrinkles out of here, guys. That's what I'm doing, so that I can smooth this out a little bit. I hear that Christina and CeeLo are going to be taking a little break, and Usher and Shakira are supposed to be replacing them. But I also hear, here's my little gossip that I get from my family, that Shakira just found out she's pregnant. So will she still want to do The Voice? I wonder. I haven't heard yet. Alright, so I'm just taking that gauze and I'm putting it on the back. Not worrying about it being neat, but I want to anchor this. I'm going to give it a second to dry. Let's let that dry. Not sticking my fingers in it anymore, because I want to be able to loop this and get it to not be so tight and just kind of real loose. See what that works. Alright, so now let's take our wreath and just kind of work this through. And keep it loose and just kind of hanging on there. Now I'm putting something on the inside of my wreath when I'm done, so I don't want to take up a lot of real estate on the inside of my wreath. I really want to try to fluff up the outside as much as I can when I'm done. So right now we're just kind of looping it and laying it and looping it, and then we'll spread it out. See? I told you to bring your wreath making materials. There's some cool ones out there. Go on Pinterest. I've seen that Susan Garland she makes a lot of wreaths, and I've seen her pinning quite frequently lately a whole variety of different wreaths you can find on Pinterest of many different types. So I think I saw a really cool spider web one that I may try to make again just so that I have another one. Alright, so see, this is real loose, nothing really major. I'm going to glue this other edge down here. Try to make sure. We could do a class, Paula. Definitely. Bring your own wreath. Alright, stick that on there. Let that dry. I want this to dry for a little bit before I play with this and add more to it, so it does take a second. So while that's drying, I can work on something else for a minute. Let me get some of this fabric out, because I think we're going to add another layer of gauze, and then my orange, just to kind of bulk it up some. But I have in here, I tried to be organized, had everything in the basket, and I took it all out. Alright, have some glassine, some Ideology Tim Holtz glassine paper. So this is what I'm going to make the labels for my bottles out of. And dig my bottles out of here. I know I had them here earlier. Alright, so we've got some little bottles and some glassine paper. So I'm going to pull that out. I like this just because it looks really old and aged and it's lots of fun. So let's grab my archival ink and stamping block. And I'm all over the place here. Alright, can you guys still see really well? So I have some stamps that are laid off to the side. Good, good, good. Okay, so here's some stamps. Let me see which ones. I had the ones picked out that I want to use. Aha! Here we go. So here is one that says poison. So we're just going to take that up and I'm going to put it on my plate. Having stamp envy. Oh, I could show you my stamp collection. I do love my Stampers Anonymous stamps. Alright, so I'm just kind of tapping on the stamp to ink it up really well. So I've got it all inked up, and then I'm just going to stamp right on the glassine. Alright, so there's one. Just stick that there for right now. I thought I had another one in here that I wanted to do. Looking at there's actually a whole little set of them that work really well. No, I just saw some, but I don't know what any of them are. Alright, so we can add this one and the poison, because I have 3 bottles here. So, do you like watching me dig through the stamps trying to find which one I want to use? Alright, and for convenience, we're just going to put these both on here at the same time. I have gauze sticking to my fingers. I'm trying to chat a little bit. I can see it. I moved my laptop this time so that it's in front of my work desk instead of over at my computer station. So now I can see what you guys are saying at the same time. Alright. And stamp. Now the cool thing about the, oh thank you sweetheart. The cool thing about this glassine paper is that because it has that little bit of a waxy stuff in it, I'm sorry, I don't know the technical term or how it really works, but if you heat it, the image kind of seeps into the glassine, and it's going to just kind of seep into there instead of just sitting on top. So real quick, you can watch it. I wonder if you guys can watch it. Let's see. If you can see it kind of get shiny. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not. Oh, yep, see it's getting kind of shiny where I'm heating it. There we go. And as soon as it dries, though, it'll dry and it won't be shiny anymore. But that just makes it like sink down into it. Makes it lots and lots of fun. Alright, now we got our bottles. I wish I had a tall label. I thought I had a tall one, but I'm not finding it now. Looking one more time. I thought I had a poison bottle. I wonder if that would be too tall. No, that's not going to work. I had a better one for that tall bottle, but we'll make this work. Get some scissors. Yes, I can reheat the same piece again. Yes. The heating just kind of makes it melt in there, but doesn't really do a lot. I'm going to put the poison on that bottle, so I'll cut that out. I don't care that it's straight or neat or square. And then we'll do this one. Oh, I know what we'll do. Oh, we're going to cut that one shorter. Just going to cut that off, get it out of the way. I'm wondering if that, no. So I was not going to wrap all the way around, but it might go that way. Oh yeah, see, that'll work. Alright, we'll cut its little... Oh, but you know what? I want y'all to see through the bottle, so that's not going to work. And I'll show you why in just a minute. So we'll just put it on like this. Now, I'm going to trim that up. Okay, that's for this one. And let's make this one a little bit shorter. I don't care if they're wonky. I don't care if they're straight up. I could add some of the character to it. This one I'm going to rip the top and the bottom. Yeah, buddy. Alright, now I have some, let me get one of my little ink guys here. I know I threw my distress ink up here earlier so that I could find it. And of course, now that you're ready to use it, you have to find it. There it is. And I am just going to kind of buff around the edges. Actually, I wanted to round them first. So they're kind of like a little label. So this is just a little keeper. That one I'm going to keep. That one I'm going to keep. Alright. Ink up around the edges. Oh, that one looks good. I like that one ripped. Alright. And let's see. What glue do I want to use? I could actually use, we could actually use the gemstone glue, I think, for this. I don't know if that'll dry fast enough, actually. Let's do the craft glue. Premium craft glue. Y'all are being very, very quiet. And I want this to fit really nice around the bottle, so I'm going to kind of roll it a little bit. Bring it back in here so you guys can see what I'm doing. That'll just it'll make it easier to lay right on the bottle. And add some in there. Okay, are y'all still there? Nobody's saying a word. Oh, good. Good, good, good. All right. Everybody just got quiet. All right, so who's having chicken nuggets? Chicken nuggets. Did you make them? I don't know what we're doing for dinner yet. I'm falling behind here. All right. And let's add a little bit to this bottle. Just a little glue goes a long way. I forgot to roll this one, so it's wanting to come back up. So guess what? We're going to peel it off and give it a little twirl. Foster phones. You have a meeting to go to. What time is it where you're at? You've still got a meeting to go to tonight? I think it's so cool that we're all in different time zones and can chat and hang out. Alright, my glue is still there and good. Now it'll stick right on there. Oh look, I did the mistake that I always tell you guys not to do. I did not close my bottle and I laid it down. And look, it came out a little bit. I had glue seepage. $4:30. So you're in the California time. Alright, we'll be done here. Hopefully. I knew this tonight's may go a little bit more than an hour, guys. But we'll see. I'm trying to get it together. I have ink all over me everywhere. Look at that. All these colors. My hands look horrible. And I gave up trying to have nice nails and whatnot because I'm always in adhesives. Helmar 450 is a solvent-based adhesive. It will take nail polish off. And don't use it for that purpose though. Not at all. And I'm always in inks and paints, and I wash my hands so much that my cuticles are cracking and dry. Horrible. Okay, take a sip. Alright, so here's my bottles. Can you guys see? All ready to go. They still don't look like good poison yet. So, here's what I've got. Some water and some inks. And I'm using dilutions because I know that they're super concentrated. And I really didn't want a glimmery type of mist in here right now because this is supposed to be elixir. I wanted it to look more like an elixir. So we're going to pop open the bottles and add a little water to each. There we go. Stand up. Oh, I'm waiting for the cooler weather. Keep reading all my friends have their windows open or their heaters on. Not here. It is still miserably, miserably hot. Alright, so I'm just putting some water. Just plain water out of the sink. Nothing special. And I'm using a little dropper to put it in here. This one just does not want to curl enough to stay on there. Oh, man. Nice. 49. I want some cooler weather so bad. Alright, now let's add some green dye. So I'm going to get my little thing here and just add a little bit of dye. No, I don't need that much. That's probably too much. That's okay. Rinse it out. And I don't want this to come out, so I'm going to add a little bit of glue to my cork. Get back in the screenshot here. Oh man, I should have got some wax and poured wax over it. That would have been cool. Now look, I have a bottle of green poison. Yeah. Okay, set that off to dry. And close up my green bottle because I don't want to spill it. Let's get a little bit of blue. rinse out the green. All right, dink. Just a drop, that's all that took. Put that back in there. Oh, I'm so afraid I'm fixing to spill this. Little bitty cork. Little bit of glue. Ha ha ha. And we have some blue poison. Okay. And last but not least, close up the teal. Some red. We must have red elixir. Must, must, must. Seriously, snow? I'm so jealous. I feel like a mad scientist. Ooh, it kind of looks like blood dripping in there. It'll mix and not stay that way. Should have got some glycerin. Drop. You could use food coloring for this just as well. But, aha. I think I want this redder. Alright. Close it up. Last cork. Ha. There we go. So now we have sealed bottles of poison. Do you like it? Yay! Alright, I'm going to move these off to the side. See if I can remember where I put them later. I'm going to put them over here next to my drink. The poison next to my drink. Alright, this should be dry. So now what I want to do is I just kind of want to fluff it a little bit because I want it to be loose, and I want to kind of open it up some. Make it just look really gauzy. Can't do that enough, huh? Alright. I think I loosened up a little bit too much. But that's okay because we're going to put more stuff on it, so I don't care if it's a little bit loopy. And there we go. So black. The dyes were dilutions. They were, there you go. Dilutions, Ranger dilutions. I chose those because I know that they're super concentrated amounts of color. But you could have used any dye bases that you guys have in your stash, or even food coloring. I have to say I do love the dilutions because they are just super just saturated, bright colors. It's so funny. It's one of those things, I spray them and it's like happiness in a bottle. You're just suddenly happy. They're happy, happy colors. No doubt about it. All right, now this is gauze that came in a roll, a package. I'll show you. This is medical gauze. So this has a little bit more stretch to it. This is what it was. Like I said, I just dyed it orange with some various mists and dyes that I had here at the house. Put it in a bucket and sprayed it and scrunched it and then let it dry. So this we could wrap a little tighter, a little looser. Trying to keep it from coming undone too much. And I'm actually trying to fit this in between where the black gauze was going. So we can kind of get some different color in here. It's a different type of gauze, so it's a different type of texture. Stretch it and pull it and twist it. Alrighty. Seal it back on the back because nobody's going to see the back. Alright, have a good night. Thanks for stopping in. It'll be recorded so you can come back and watch. And then hopefully, I probably won't be able to get a picture of it tonight, but tomorrow I'll take a picture, and so hopefully I'll be able to get it up on my blog and maybe Helmar's blog and show you what I finally did with this, because it's going to be really cool when it's all finished. And I think I just got the back confused with front. That's okay. We'll just wrap it around. Alright, good night. Alright, so there's that level. I could add more black, but I don't think I'm going to need it. Let's add our leaves. Let's add our garland. And then we can start dressing it up. 743. Good grief. Let's get it unwrapped here. Yay. Alright, and I'm going to tuck this to get it started. Where's my back again? Make sure this time I'm going on the right place. I'm going to tuck it down in some of these little layers. There we go. And then we'll just start wrapping it, and then I'll fluff it. It's more garland than I thought it was. We're wrapping, and we're wrapping, and we're wrapping, and we're wrapping, and I don't wrap very well, so don't ask me to start singing rap. Oh, my little screen, I just hit it, it went somewhere. There we go. Out of the way. Alright. Oh, that's kind of cool. And I'm going to tuck this back up in here. I could have poked a hole and even pierced it through. Now this is plastic. This isn't, it's not as pretty as that silk stuff that you can really bend. This is just a floppy plastic, so it's not going to let me manipulate it a lot. Let's see what I can do here and just kind of add a couple things. But as we glue things in it, I think it will be able to make it work a little bit better. Right? Alright. So there's some spooky stuff attached to it. We'll start putting things in it now. We have our skeletons. And these are skeletons that are a piece of garland as well. Wrapping paper. Wrapping wrapper. Too bad I couldn't come up with like a rap song and rap at the same time. But then that would really give y'all something to not only laugh about, but probably hold over my head for a long time. So I don't think that I'll do that. So I'm going to unhang these skeletons. And I want more than one. Let's add a couple. Skeledudes. Oh, I like that. Skeledudes. Get them off. And these are going to tie in with the second part of my project. Yay. They have this noose around their neck. I almost feel sorry for them. I have to unhang them. Alright, got one left over to do something with. So let's take his little waist jewelry off. They also have this little silver plastic piece. Wrap them, tie on them. Okay. You guys still see this? There we go. Let's just kind of trying to think now, because I have a bow that I want to use. I think. Alright. I'm going to show you the second part of my projects because it's going to help me figure out where to lay some of these things on. Project that I did yesterday is this canvas. Isn't this the coolest thing? Look, I cut the canvas and busted the skull through the canvas. That was my husband's idea. I have to give him credit for that one. He's like, "Ooh, you should have the skull like busting out of it." So there we go. And then dressed it up. So oh man, you have commercials so you're not seeing my skull canvas. All right, I'm gonna wait. Tell me when you're back. Oh, you're gonna see it. All right, so my thought process was to take this canvas. Excuse me. I need something to prop it up. And it is going to go behind my wreath like this. So see, I have to hide all these little things. So let's go ahead and mount this baby. And I need, yay! See, it won't lay flat because it's skull. So look what I'm going to do. Little tiny wreath. Ta-da! I have smart moments every once in a while. What does it say? It says to enter at risk. Yeah. Anyway, so we're going to put that there and line this up about where I want it to go. All four corners. All right. We're going to go ahead. The little bitty skeletons, these guys, Carissa, these came from the dollar store. Most of these supplies came from the dollar store. And then I went to a Halloween store and picked up a couple more in the same area. But most of them came from, maybe it was the Dollar Tree. I can't remember. I think it was Dollar Store. I think it was, I don't know now. Alright, so $4.50. And I'm just going to put a glob on all four corners because I just looked to see where this was lining up. And I want to use $4.50 because I want to make sure that it's going to stay, especially in this humid weather we have in Florida. I don't want it to come off. I want it to be clear. So I'm just putting a big glob on all four corners of the canvas. Alright, now we're going to take our big wreath and just lay it right on top. Press it down. Make sure you can still see the letters here. And we'll kind of manipulate those a little bit more. I'm kind of hiding that spider, but that's okay. We can add another spider. That one's, there we go. Enter at risk. Awesome. Now see, that can finish drying while we finish adding to the rest. So, I think the bow, do I want my bow on top? Or am I going to want, top? Or down at the bottom over here, maybe. What do you think? I need to fluff this bow a little bit better. There, here, here. There does. I didn't see when you wrote there, so I don't know. Bottom left. Okay, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Because it's not a huge bow. If it was a really huge bow, then I could have put it at the top. So, but I know this is a piece that I want to be visible, so. I hate fluffing bows. I am not a bow maker, but I did learn. I did tie this one. Yay! I have to give credit to lady taught me how to tie a bow. Crafty Bows. With her little Crafty Bows bow maker. That's how I was able to get this multi-loop. The multi-loop bow tonight. Good, good, good. I'm glad everybody agrees bottom left because that's what I'm going with. course, if y'all all said that sucked, I'd probably listen to y'all for that too, so. It's like watching paint dry. Fluffing a bow. You know what? I can fluff more later. So we're just going to kind of go with this for right now. And get the 450 again. We're just going to put another glob. That is my educational definition. Whoops. Okay, stay. Don't push too hard. You like to watch paint and glue dry. I'm so glad, because if not, you'd be really bored tonight, right? We're learning, though. We're learning to make this go a little bit faster. Alright, so there's my bow. Now I want to kind of move these out. So this is where we're going to put some of our little skeletons that I just took apart. Oh, his head's backwards. I didn't even know they rotated. There we go. So let's put, you know what, I want to use scrap dots for him because I want him to sit up. So I'm going to use my liquid scrap dots, and we just won't be picking this up too much right now. And we're going to squeeze it on his tailbone and set him in there. Woohoo! Put his leg over a leaf. I don't know if that's going to hold. Nope, not really. Alright, I can glue down some of these leaves if I need to. So there's one. Let's add another one up here. And look, he's got this little pocket for glue. His little sacrum. Set him up just a little bit. He's not going to sit up as much. Put some on his back. That's what I like about the scrap dots. Look, I'm making it really thick. My little, Katie calls them little Dairy Queen curls, because I want him to sit. So put his little butt back in that. There we go. Now he's resting up just a little bit. Moved out of screen. You can't see that as well. I glued his hiney down. I sure did. Alright. I had another skeleton. I think I need another one. Alright. So let's put some more liquid scrap dots on his hiney. And some on the back of his chest. Big glob. And these are going to dry clear, so I'm not worried about what they're going to look like. Once again, we're going to put him. Oh, I need to stand up over it so I can kind of see. We're going to put him up here. Yeah. Just lay him in there. It's coming along fine. Hey, you know what? We're actually almost done. Let's see. I have some bones, but I think they're too white to stick on here. Should I glue any little bones, crossbones on here? Honey, Leslie Ray, I'm Southern too. Can't you hear it? Really? I'm not sure. I'm thinking the bones aren't, miss the bones. They're plastic. They're really like just plastic, so that the mist wouldn't hold really well. I could paint them. I'm going to leave them off right now because they're just not doing it for me. But we have some more little skulls that we can add in here. So I have these little darker skulls. I like them. And spiders. Oh, and we still have our little poison. So let's add a couple skulls. And I'm going to be emptying scrap dots. Oh, it's funny, Leslie Ray. These girls tease me about my accent. And it's worse if I'm tired or I'm mad or I've drank too much. It comes out really bad then. But if I'm really mad, oh, you'll hear it. Can't help it. Or if I'm talking to someone who's Southern, yes. Oh, yeah. If I have family in Georgia and Alabama. If I go visit them, I come back real bad. Real bad. But that's okay. Some people think it's cute. Alright, that'd be too much. Oh, I have tombstones. Let's open up our tombstones. How are we doing? It's almost 8 o'clock. Hey, we're almost done, guys. These are candy tombstones, so we're going to dump... Oh, candy bones. We're going to dump the candy bones out. Don't need those. Oh, there's names on here. Diane Rott. One too many. Okay, I like one too many. Let's go with one too many. I have to like stand over it to see where I want to put something. I think it's going to go over there. Right next to it's all going to be piled up here together. And that's good. Alright. Let's throw a couple spiders. See, now these spiders have these little clips, so I don't even have to, I could definitely glue them down, but look, I can just clip them on. Isn't that nice, easy, lickety-split, click? There. So I have more spiders. What? Oh, he's hanging. There, you go, see him with the colored ones. Are you going to put more Yes, I am going to put more spider web. I was just waiting till I got some of this in here. Tuck them all in different little places. I need something else up there. So let's add some spiders up here. Trying to figure out which way to clip him. There we go. Little clip. Little clip, clip, clip. Alright, we have our bottles. We're going to put one. I think I'm going to use liquid scrap dots again because it gives it just a little bit more body and won't move once it's set. So we're just going to pop that right there. Now I'm not going to be able to pick this up tonight. You guys can kind of see it from here, but I will take a picture of it when I can get it up on my door, and then you guys can see what it looks like finished and hanging. So here's another little bottle. I like that very much. There we go. Alright. How's it looking? Show the spider close, please. I have two. I have an all black one. Let me see if I can find something to put it on so you can see it better. We have an all black one and a striped one. And then the cool thing is they have just these little clips on their bellies, so I can just clip them on. Can you see that? So there you go. All right. I think, see, I'm afraid to. Oh, that's looking pretty good. See if I can add anything else. No. Oh! Ooh, ooh, ooh. What's up today? Oh, shoot. I should have found this earlier. Aha. Little Prima. Little Prima with little bats. There we go. Now this is able to be moved a little bit better. And that we can tuck right back here behind. Oops, I'm knocking my bottle off. Behind the bow. And then make all these little bats stand up. Okay, my bottle's slipping. Stay. I moved it. Oh, I like these. I'll have to lift it up so you can see this a little bit better. Oh, some lights would be good. See, I didn't think that far. I have porch lights on, and we'll put in orange lights, but that would be good to have little lights on here. All right, let me see if I can lift it up so you guys can see. See so far? Okay. But did you see, oh, you didn't see this though. Watch. Let me get him. Let me light up his eyes really good. See how well this shows up on camera. All right, his eyes are lit up. You guys watching? Oh, look. Ooh, is that the coolest? The eyeballs glow in the dark. So that we could add some more eyeballs. Oh, bye, Paula. See you Thursday. And they're gooey. They're kind of slimy. Ugh. All right. Let's tuck in some little eyeballs here. Yeah. Oh, there's everything. Oh, they're not wanting to unstick from my fingers. There we go. An eyeball. These were squishy eyeballs. Glow in the dark. I think these came from the Halloween store. Well, I'm going to put one right here on my bow. Good, I'm glad y'all like it. Glad I remembered to turn the light off so y'all could see my cool skeleton. Tuck this one under a little bit. So he's peeking out. Yeah, we love decorating for Halloween. I wasn't ever able to do it as a kid, so I think now I'm trying to make up. One, two, three. Okay, I have an even amount of eyes. You can't have even numbers, right? That just kind of messes y'all up. So let's stick another eyeball in there somewhere. I'm going to have it peeking out of, I know where I'll stick it. Some of this stuff has glitter on it, my ribbon and the bats. So I have like black glitter starting to show up everywhere. Alright. There we go. Now we have webbing. Webbing. This stuff is glow spider web. So it makes good spider web, but it's hard to, you get it everywhere. I get it everywhere. I don't know about y'all, but see, look, y'all can't even see what I'm doing. So now the cool thing about it though is you just take a little bit and you just start catching things with it. And work it. And just keep pulling and stretching and pulling and stretching. And the more you pull, the better it becomes. I'm just going to keep adding it on there right over what I've already got. And use this to kind of tuck some of these leaves back to go where I want them to go. That's a good thing they can do too. So it's getting stuck on bottles of glue over there. Cool web. I don't want to add too much, so I want you to still be able to see what's in here, but definitely want to add some freaky spider. How's that? Can you guys see that? I don't know if it's showing it very well. All right. Spread this out a little bit more. Make these bats pop up. All right. Definitely. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's see what happens now. Look, we're going to try this again. You have to kind of like light them up first. Like the brighter, like if the sun hits them, and then you turn the light off, they glow even stronger. So here, we lit them all up. Now let's see what it looks like when I turn the lights off again. Here we go. Ooh. There you go. Turn it around this way so you guys can see. Focus. It's having a hard time focusing in the dark. How was that? You like it? Cool. So that is my wreath that I made. You can easily decorate any wreath that you want with any supplies that you have. Things that you have around the house, things that you can buy from the dollar store, things that you can buy from the Halloween store, craft store. The paper mache skull I got from Michael's. The wreath I got from Michael's. Some of the other supplies I got from the dollar store, Halloween store, things that I had at the house. I tried to use the glues that I had, the mist that I have. We used Helmar 450 tonight. We used the premium craft glue and the liquid scrap dots, Helmar liquid scrap dots. So, and then the thing that made this original different than some of the others is the fact that we glued that canvas on the back of it. So I'll turn around so you guys can see this way. So we glued that canvas right to the back of it, and now it'll hang on my door. See all the dimension? Wow. So there you go. So I'm going to flip back. Anybody have any questions or need anything else before I flip back to the other side camera for a second? Nope. All right. Let me remember how to do this. And yeah. So thank you guys for coming out and joining me. Took just a little bit over an hour. It took us an hour and 12 minutes to get this done from start to finish, minus the canvas. Thank you guys very much for coming. Thank you for watching. Hope you'll be back next week. Katie's going to be on next week, and she's doing a layout using Scrap and Sports papers and Helmar adhesives. So it'll be a fun, sporty kind of layout that you can do. We do have a picture up on the Helmar Facebook page under the events, so make sure that you sign up, tell us that you're coming. It's really good for us to know. And the layout is not exactly the same thing she's going to be doing. She's going to be making like another piece to go with it based on some of the other techniques. Oh, don't worry if you missed it. It's recorded, so you can go back and watch, but I'm glad that you showed up. It's Kim from my... Oh, hey, Kim. Thank you. Yes, it is recording. And then the week after next, I think Carissa is going to be back on. So make sure that you come and visit us on Helmar Ustream Live. We will have classes every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, so mark your calendars now. Thank you guys for showing up. And anybody have any other questions? No? All right, I'm going to switch it back over to my other shot. Thank you, everybody. And we'll close it out with some spooky Halloween music again. Good night. Thanks.